Good morning, everyone. My name is Ki Zhang. Today, I will present my strategy plan for Sephora New Zealand. The topic is AI-enabled omnichannel transformation. The main idea of this plan is not just to add one new digital tool. It's about creating a more connected, personalized, and trustability experience across Sephora's online and store-based touchpoints. I will structure this presentation around three questions: where is Sephora now, where it should go, and how can get it there. To begin with, Sephora New Zealand already has a strong foundation. It has global brand support, exclusive products, online shopping, physical stores, and a loyalty service. So, the issue is not that Sephora has no digital assets. The issue is more about how these assets are connected in the local customer journey. From the public customer journey in New Zealand, AI-enabled beauty advice appears less visible and less integrated than it could be. This creates an opportunity for Sephora to localize its global AI capability and connect it with loyalty data and store-based beauty advice. So, the recommendation is to localize, connect, and scale. More specifically, Sephora New Zealand should localize global AI capability, connect it with loyalty and store advice, and scale it through trust-based personalization. This also supports Sephora's wider brand direction because a better digital experience should help customers feel more confident, included, and supported when they choose beauty products. And this slide explains why the transformation opportunity matters. Beauty retail is being disrupted in several ways. First, AI and AR are changing beauty advice. Customers can now expect more interactive product matching, personalized recommendation, and digital support. Second, customers increasingly expect omnichannel continuity. This may browse online, check reviews, receive loyalty offers, and then visit a store for advice. From the customer's perspective, these steps are part of the one journey. Third, social discovery is becoming very important. Reviews, creators, and the beauty communities influence what customers notice and trust. I also include a desk-based audit of public touchpoints. Sephora New Zealand has a visible e-commerce, stores, loyalty service, which means the foundation is strong. However, AI advice appears less visible in the local New Zealand journey. Mecca is also a strong local competitor, so Sephora needs a clear point of difference. The main implication is that customers are not only judging the product, they are judging the whole journey. This slide summarizes Sephora New Zealand's current strategy position. Sephora's strengths are clear. It has global brand support and exclusive product portfolio and existing digital foundation. However, there are also weaknesses. Local AI visibility appears limited. Channel integration is only partial, and digital maturity is uneven. These opportunities are so clear. Sephora can provide more localized beauty advice, build a more connected customer journey, and increase loyalty engagement. At the same time, there are threats. This includes competition from Mecca, online comparison behavior, and customer concerns around AI and data use. The digital maturity section shows the same pattern. E-commerce is moderate to high, but AI and AR, omnichannel integration, personalization, and the trust controls are still developing. So, the current position is strong but uneven. Sephora New Zealand is not starting from zero, but it needs stronger local integration. This slide explains how the strategy framework are used. This is important. Here is not defined SWOT as a theory. The key question is whether the framework helps Sephora respond to the digital disruption. SWOT is useful because it shows the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. However, SWOT alone can become descriptive if only lists information. Digital maturity assessment is useful because it looks at readiness. It helps assess whether Sephora technology, data, people, and the touch points are connected. This nomination is that assessment is based mainly on public evidence, so internal data will be still needed. Gap analysis then turns the current issues into clear priorities. Finally, SMART objectives and KPIs make the plan measurable, but they need proper baseline data before the targets are locked. Overall, no single framework is enough. Together, these frameworks are connected disruption, currently capability, transformation priorities, and measurable reviews. And this gap analysis makes the transformation priority clear. For AI advice, the current issue is limited local visibility. The future state is localized AI guidance, so the main gap is AI adoption. For omnichannel experience, public touchpoints appear only partly connected. The future state should be a connected journey across online, loyalty, and store service. So, the gap is interrogation. For personalization, Sephora has a visible loyalty service, but the opportunity is to use them for more relevant recommendations. For customer trust, Sephora already has a established brand reputation, but if AI and customer data are used more actively, Sephora also needs transparent AI and data communication. For staff capability, store-based beauty advice is already available. The next step is to support beauty advisors with AI recommendations, not replace them. So, the main gap is not a lack of assets, it's the connection between data, people, and the customer touchpoints. Next, the proposed future vision for Sephora New Zealand is to become a trust, personalized, and AI-enabled omnichannel beauty retailer in New Zealand. An important point is that AI alone is not the real competitive advantage. AI tools can be copied by competitors. The stronger advantage is the combination of four elements: exclusive products, beauty advisor, loyalty, and the customer data are connected AI guidance. This combination is harder to copy because it connects Sephora brand, product range, staff, appetite, and customer relationships. So, the strategy is not about replacing the human beauty experience, it is about making that experience more connected, more personalized, and more trusted. This plan has three main SMART objectives. The first objective is AI product discovery. The metric is AI advice usage rates. This proposed target is that 20% of the active online customers use AI advice within 12 months. The second objective is omnichannel interrogation. The metric is online to store engagement. The proposed target is a 15% increase within 18 months. This could be measured through CRM, booking, and recommendation data. The third objective is personalization and trust. This metric is loyalty repeat purchase rate. This proposed target is a 10% increase within 12 months, measured through the loyalty database. However, these are proposed targets. Public sources did not provide Sephora New Zealand internal baseline data. This is why the first 3 months should confirm the baseline and the KPI definition before the targets are locked. Trust should also be checked through AI and data complaints, as well as customer feedback. This implementation is planned over 18 months. In the first 6 months, Sephora should focus KPI baseline setting, product data preparation, AI pilot testing, and the trust controls. This phase is mainly about building the foundation. From 6 to 12 months, this focus moves to loyalty interrogation, staff training, personalized engagement, and a pilot evaluation. This phase connects the AI priority with staff and customer experience. From 12 to 18 months, Sephora can expand omnichannel experience, optimize systems, roll out the service more widely, and review benefits. The governance gate is very important. Sephora should not scale the system just because the technology works. It should scale only when customer feedback, staff readiness, and KPI baselines are acceptable. This slide shows who is responsible for delivery. Senior management should act as the executive sponsor. Their role is to support the strategy and approve key decisions. An omnichannel transformation manager should coordinate the project across different teams. Digital and IT teams would manage systems data. CRM and marketing would focus on personalized engagement. Retail operations would support staff adaptation. Compliance and customer experience teams would monitor trust, feedback, and data use concerns. This review process should include monthly steering reviews, a pilot goal or not go gate, a quarterly benefit reviews. This is important because the project should not be treated as an only IT implementation; it's an organizational transformation. Change management is important because this strategy affects staff, customers, and internal teams. For beauty advisors, the key message is simple: AI supports human advice; it does not replace their expertise. For digital teams, the message is that data quality matters. If the product and customer data are poor, the recommendations will not be reliable. For customers, Sephora should explain the benefits clearly. Customers are also need clear data choice, such as consent. For compliance and customer experience teams, the focus should be trust and feedback controls. Overall, this communication plan helps reduce uncertainty and build a adoption. There are several risks in the transformation. The first risk is the inaccurate recommendations. Sephora can manage this through pilot testing and human review by beauty advisor. The second risk is low customer adoption. If customers do not use AI features, Sephora should improve the design based on feedback. The third risk is privacy and unclear data use. This should be managed through consent options and a clear explanation. The fourth risk is staff resistance. This can be reduced through training and role clarification. The fifth risk is system integration issue. This should be managed through phased testing before scaling. The main principle is simple: do not scale until customer trust, staff readiness, and integration stability are proven. To To evaluate success, Sephora should measure customer value, not only technology deployment. The key KPIs include 20% AI usage and a 15% increase in online-to-store engagement, a 10% increase in repeat purchase, 100% staff training completion, improve customer satisfaction, and reduce AI or data-related complaints. The review cycle should be monthly during the pilot and quarterly after rollout. The final recommendation is localized, integrate the scale. Sephora New Zealand should localize a global AI capability and integrate it with beauty advisor loyalty data and customer trust controls. The expected benefits are faster product discovery, strong loyalty, and more trusted personalization. Overall, this strategy is not about using AI for the sake of using AI. It's about creating a better beauty journey for Sephora New Zealand customers. These final two slides show the reference used in the presentation. They include academic sources and digital transformation. That brings me to the end of my presentation. Thank you for listening. And are these targets realistic? These are proposed targets. Sephora New Zealand would need to check them against internal data first. This is why the first 3 months focus on baseline setting. After that, the targets can be justified if they are just too high or too low. Question 2. Will AI replace beauty advisors? No. In this plan, AI supports beauty advisors. It can help with product matching and recommendations, but beauty advice is still personal. Customers still need human explanation and trust. So, the best approach is to combine AI and guidance with human experts. Yeah, that's it.